Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. And what is this video about? Well, we're going to make a max patch. Yay! We're going to make a sort of glitchy kind of thing because I never do videos about that kind of thing. We're going to make a max patch. We're going to call it Mr. Freeze, and we can't really do anything about Mr. Freeze until we have a photograph of him. There he is. There's Mr. Freeze. We're going to make a patch. We're going to call it Mr. Freeze. And we're also going to need some sounds of him talking. So we're just going to drag in a sound of Mr. Freeze from the movie Batman and Robin, which a lot of people think is a pretty poor film. But I actually think it's a cute little wink to the Camp 60s Adam West version. We are going to get patching. It's going to be brilliant. So let's see what we've got here. We've got some Arnie saying things, and I'm gonna press this. Can we go forward a little bit? Oh, I don't know how to use this playlist thing. Whoops. Whoa, hang on. What? Oh, I can move around it like that.
Freezes. You are not sending me to the cooler. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Oh, he was silly, wasn't he? Right, so basically what we're going to need is we're going to need a buffer, and I'm going to call it ... Mr. Freeze. And it's going to be, I don't know how long it's going to be. Hang on, I haven't done this for a while. So we've given it a name, file name, duration. Oh, okay, let's give it a duration of just 5 seconds and 2 channels. That should be right, shouldn't it? We can have a look at that now. Okay, I've made everything a little bit big. That was a little bit stupid. So let's make everything a bit smaller, and then I can zoom in. We can all see everything on this big screen. Whoa, okay. Yeah. Make everything nice and big for Mr. Freeze. Oh, that's too big. Right. So we're going to record into that buffer. How are we going to do that? We're going to need a record object, and whoops, we're going to call that the same name as the buffer, Mr. Freeze. For some seasoned max patches out there, this might seem like bread and butter, but for people out there who are curious and about max and Max for Live, maybe you might find this quite interesting. And everyone wants to make glitch these days, all the kids like that. Hopefully, if I've got enough time and it works, we'll port this into a Max for Live device later, and then I'll go and stick it on my Patreon. Okay, so we've got our record, and we're going to need something to play it back with. We're going to use a groove, and we're going to call that Mr. Freeze, and it's going to be 2 channels. Did I tell the record to be 2 channels? I think I have to do that like that. Okay, so we're going to need, let's just take that live gain. It's very useful, the live gain. Pop that into here, and let's leave Mr. Freeze running in the background. How do I reset that? Oh, there we go. Let's leave that running in the background whilst we think about what we're going to do here. So we've got our buffer. There it is. 2 channels, 5 seconds. Good. And we're going to need to patch the audio into our record object. And we're going to need to trigger the recording. I tell you what, let's bring in a...
The Iceman cometh. I'm afraid.
Let's bring in a waveform and give it the same name as the buffer, Mr. Freeze. And all right, if we start recording now, no, that didn't work. Why is that? Okay, we're going to need to go into the waveform inspector and check that the buffer name is the same as the actual buffer. Where is that? I can't see it. Buffer object name.
Stay cool, bird boy.
dash 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 Mr. Whoops. Mr. Freeze. There we go. It's recording. It's recording some audio. There we go. Cool. So now we're going to want to kind of glitch that up. We're going to need a signal to go into our groove. We're going to need the message start. And we're going to need a... Okay, we're going to set this to an attribute of loop 1. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to sample a little bit of the audio and we're going to loop it and then we're going to screw around with it and it's going to be loads of fun.
Commissioner, you have 11 minutes to thaw these people.
It's a cold town.
Okay, we're going to need loop min, loop max. Okay, let's just chuck a float in there and let's chuck a float in there. Okay, we need to give the signal a value of 1. That will give us our playback speed, our original playback speed. Okay, we've done it. There it is. We've sampled it. Oh, it's not looping though. Oh, there we go.
Pheromone dust designed to heat. Pheromone dust designed to heat.
I didn't put a space between loop and loop 1. There we go.
Pheromone dust.
There we go. Okay, we're going to need to stop that now. With stop message. Okay, let's bring that back. So what we're going to need to do now, we've got a very basic little max patch there. We're going to need to turn that into something that's a little bit more faster, a little bit more immediate, and a little bit more cold because it's Mr. Freeze, isn't it? And we just want to grab a sound and loop it and screw around with it. And we can't really do that by pressing these buttons. We need to make a single button that does it. We need to macro that, I guess. So how are we going to do that? Well, because I'm planning to port this into Max for Live later, let's bring in a live toggle. Freezing hell, Batman. And I'll just put that over there for now. So I'm going to have to turn down Mr. Freeze so I can concentrate. I can't hear myself think. So we're going to need to send several messages from this toggle to our patch here. And to start with, most likely we're going to need to send it to the record object. We're going to need to send it to the start and the stop. Now, that is 2 events there. There's 2 things. How are we going to separate that? Let's use this toggle edge. Now, toggle edge is really great because it sends 2 bangs out. One when you turn it on and one when you turn it off. So for the one that is going to turn it on, I'm going to send to my start. And the one I'm going to turn it off, send to my stop. And I'm also going to use that to switch between the 2. And to do that, I'm going to use a selector. Oh, hang on a minute. I forgot to put 2 inputs. So I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to put the right, or rather the left output of our frozen signal into 1 and the left and right signal from our original into number 1. And I'm going to get rid of all this junk and patch that into our output. And then I'm going to use our toggle again to switch between the 2. And to do that, I'm actually just going to need to add 1 to the message. Let's see what we have now. Play. There we go. said we've done it.
The ice. I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
Okay, so that's working.
In this universe, there's only one absolute. Everything free. You're not sending me to the cooler. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
We can go into stupid high pitch that it's gone. Or we can go into backwards. Let's go backwards.
You cold shoulder.
Frosty!
Alright, so I'm getting distracted by Arnie quotes. Right. So we've got a basic little freeze patch there. What can we do with it? Well, we can choose our loop points. We can also choose the start position, but the only problem is that when we move the start position, we're just making the loop smaller. So we need to actually create, I believe the term is a window. And what we need to do is take our loop length and add it to our start position so that we can move our loop through the sound. This is how we're going to do that. I think it's as easy as just doing plus. Let's go 0. Float. Adding that. Oh, no, not in there. Adding that to there. And patching our start position into there. And then let's just have a quick look at what we've got there. So we might also want to bang. Okay, I'm going to start by just banging that number when I adjust this one. See what we get. Okay, looks promising. Let's bring that down a little bit. So our loop size is 20 milliseconds. Oh.
I will pull Batman.
No, that hasn't worked. Oh, there we go.
It's over.
I didn't plug it into the... So, alright, now I'm getting a little bit lost. I need to send that to there, I think. Haven't done this for a while. Okay, so when I'm changing the loop length, it's not changing the loop length. I need to update the loop length somehow whilst also maintaining this functionality here. How am I going to do that? Well, do I need to bang that number? I need to bang that number maybe from that. There's probably going to be people out there going, "Oh, use the trigger, use the trigger." I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it this way. No, that didn't work. Okay, well, let's set this back to 0. Maybe I need... Oh, this is very hard. No. there. So we're going to have to patch this and debug it in one video. Gonna have to open another beer. Oh. Got some froth on my thigh. Yeah, so I've basically created something that I don't understand. So we're windowing around, scrubbing around here, but we can't dynamically change the loop length. Okay, let's get rid of that bang there. That's obviously a stupid idea. Whoops. Yeah, this is a very, very poor interface. I tell you what.
It's a code.
Let's abandon the idea of windowing and let's just set the... so I need to set that back to 0 now. Okay, so I think I can just use a signal here just to tell that whenever I start recording and start playing back, I will be playing back from 0, which was the same point at which I hit record. And we'll just have our loop size and our pitch. That'll do, wouldn't it?
The blood will freeze in my hands.
Okay, we've kind of done that, so now we need to port that into a Max for Live patch. Wow, how am I going to do that with Ableton running? Because when I, the minute that I bring in a Max for Live audio effect, my latency goes berserk. Oh, excuse me. So let's just try it anyway, see what happens. It might just be that you'll just have to listen to Arnie quotes whilst I sort this out and see what happens. Hello? Oh yeah, bad latency. It's okay, I'll take my headphones off. Right, so let's think about what we're going to do here. Let's choose what we're going to need. We're going to need... We won't need that. We're basically going to need all of this junk.
And I've come to make your life a living hell. Prepare for a bitter harvest.
All right.
Winter
Oh.
has come at last.
Be nice if we could get the picture in as well. Can I get the picture into a Max for Live device? Let's just try that. See if it'll go. I wonder if that will stay in there. Got no guarantee it will. Right. So we need to get our audio in here. And hang on a sec. Right. We're going to need to get our audio in here into our record. And we're going to need to get our dry audio into this selector. And we're going to need to get the audio out, and let's just get rid of that. All right, that should be everything. We're going to need a live number, excuse me, to go into our signal, and another one to go into our loop length, and we're going to need some Mr. Freeze quotes, and we're going to need our toggle, we're going to need a comment, loop length, and
The Iceman cometh. I'm afraid
pitch. So we're going to need, to go into these number box inspectors. And we're going to need to give them some values that will make sense. So we're going to go for, let's go for, this is the pitch, isn't it? So let's go for -8. Oh, hang on a minute.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Can you feel it?
-8 float to 8 float. Yeah, and then for the loop length, well, it's difficult to tell because we don't know how long the sample's going to be. I mean, I've put 5,000, so let's say 5,000. Okay, let's go with 5,000. Let's set this to, whoops, 5,000. I don't know if that will work. It's gone up to 127. That's wrong. Unit style float. Let's best put it to 1 to 5. Whoops, that's 8,000. 5. See what we have here. 5,000. Okay. Looks like everything is maybe going to work.
It doesn't work on a cord harder. Now, if you please.
We'll keep the live gain in there.
You have 11 minutes to thaw these people.
Now let's put some things into the presentation. Let's select you, oops, you, oh, not you, you, and you. If the picture makes it in, I'll be very, very happy. Oh, I just selected all that crap. Okay, let's go. This is the one. We're going to go Command Shift P. Put them all into, add them to the presentation. They've all got the pink bands around them. Now we're going to go into presentation. We're going to go to the inspector window for the patch. We're going to go, oh, maybe not. Hang on. Inspector window.
I will blanket the city in endless winter.
This is absurd. Why isn't this working? Okay, I'm just going to go with my guesstimations.
I will pull Batman's heart from his body and feel it free.
Let's put Mr. Freeze in there. And then let's go to set device width. Where are you? There we go. Hang on a minute. I'm getting a little bit confused, getting a bit out of my depth.
The heat is on.
Punching mode, presentation mode. Let's just save it and see what happens. Save as. If you're still watching this, you're a trooper, thanks.
And I've come to make your life a living hell.
This is kind of why I don't do that many Max videos, because it's a bit of a hassle to administrate. Mr. Freeze. And are we still there? Okay, let's close that. So let's go into... it didn't work, but the picture worked. The picture is there. So why? Why? Okay. You don't need to open in presentation when it's a Max for Live patch. I haven't used this piece of software for a long time, despite it being what I do most of my work in. Let's try this. Okay. Save. So I think I should kind of be able to drop that onto my, hang on a minute, should be able to drop that onto my mic and freeze my mic. Hello. Okay, so basically we've got a problem there because the pitch scaling there is not floating. We're going to have to go back in And it shouldn't be much more than just clicking the unit style to float and going save. Let's go back. And let's set it to 1. Wow. Wow. Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze. There we go, it works. So I'm going to go and stick this on Patreon now if you'd like to download that patch or just support me generally on Patreon, blah, blah, blah. I say this at the end of all my videos. Thanks for watching. I had a good time, I think.